Tuni Schartner is not with us today. I don't know if you've noticed, but her presence is not here. And Jordan and I are feeling it heavily as we kind of muddle our way through this. But for this session, this is an open conversation. So we do ask that if you're interested in speaking, you can unmute and talk and share what's going on. And Jordan, what's happening in the space today? What's going on over there?
Yeah, so picking back up in the space, we have a great session scheduled in person today. If you're in the Providence area, if you want to come to 225 Dyer Street, it's the Future of Entrepreneurship. We have 3 companies. They're all located in the 4th floor of CIC that are going to be talking through kind of how they started and maybe some guidance for future entrepreneurs. So Intis Care, Pangea, and Artist Republic will all be kind of talking through.
Yeah, so we do encourage everybody to come and attend tonight's session if you're in the space, if in the area. We will be recording it and sharing it out as well. So if you're not local to Providence, but you're interested in those stories, we'll be sharing it via social. And then in the near future, you'll have the opportunity to join live hybrid for the in-person sessions that we offer at District Hall. But in addition to that, I do want to recognize that Tina, is it okay if we share that we're hoping to partner with RAMP for an upcoming session?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, so we are looking at an upcoming session with Tina and the RAMP team to talk about the future of accessibility in business and how you can build your business from the ground up, being accessible and knowledgeable and empathetic in the same way that Diana has created LapSnap. And so that session will be July 29th from 4 to 6 p.m. at our space as well. I don't have the marketing ready for that because Tina and I are actually going to talk about it tomorrow. But if you are interested in furthering the conversation, please add it to your calendar now. And that will be an in-person session that we're hoping to be ready for the hybrid model.
Yeah, you think I have a lot of energy over Zoom. Wait till you meet me live.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to meet you in person. I think it's going to be fantastic.
But I mean, it's so true, though. There's no business that starts or runs that doesn't encounter the disabled community. We're 1 in 4 people in the population. We're the largest minority in this country. So if you're not prepared or you're not getting ready for it, you're going to be missing out. And, you know, you're missing out on some great, great people just because you didn't take that extra feet, but doing it up front is a lot cheaper than playing catch up later.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's a lot more, I mean, not just cheaper, but easier. If you know that you're going to open like My Future bookstore someday, a bookstore, and you know that you want to be accessible, doing it from the purchasing of the bookshelves and the build out of the store is going to be so much easier than the
I mean, think about it. 26% of the population has a disability. Who doesn't want 26% more business to their bottom line? And now you add that, I'm coming with people, I'm coming with friends and family and stuff like that. So who doesn't want more business? Like, it's just a no-brainer. It's just easy.
Yeah. Well, it's just a no-brainer, and it's just an easy way to kind of get that piece rolling.
And the bottom line is, it's not even that it's easy, it's the right thing to do, because we're always talking about diversity and equity right now. Like, that seems to be the way of the world right now. But if you're not talking about disability, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, we are so very aware that diversity, equity, and inclusion doesn't just mean racial diversity, equity, and inclusion. It doesn't just mean gender. It doesn't just mean gender identity. It means accepting all people where they are and making space and meeting them where they are. So, hey, look, it's Tuni. But I noticed that my colleague Avi turned his camera on, so now I'm just going to call on him because he's there and smiling at us. Avi, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
But I have to say goodnight to you because I actually have another meeting, but thank you for the space. Diana, thank you for everything that you do, and I look forward to meeting everybody on the 29th.
Yes, we look forward to it too. Thank you, Tina, so much.
Anytime.
That was a great conversation. Hey, how's it going? My neck of the woods, it's humid and hot, and my little air conditioner doesn't work as well as it should be. But everything else is going well. I'm so excited to go to Bayberry Garden at some point in the next few days also. What a welcome addition to the District Hall space. So that's a highlight in my zone. But also another thing that's going on for us, and I think, Diana, you might be involved in this, is the SEED program is getting launching today.
20 minutes.
Yeah, and going on for the next 10 weeks, which is a really awesome, unique program that we started a few years ago. And I think it's in its third iteration now. So really excited to have you on board with that.
Thanks. I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, most of you know that we're part of a global network of venture cafes. So this is a new website rollout. Like, we got our new website for venturecafeprovidence.org, but everyone has their new websites within the Venture Cafe network. So we're still working through some of it. You can actually, if any of you have an idea for an upcoming program, Amy, do you want to explain that process?
Yes. So with the new website, there is the fantastic ability to submit your ideas directly to Tuni and I and the team here, and kind of have them all laid out for us. It's prior to that, we've always been happy to accept and connect with people. I'm going to drop the URL to the new website, and then I will actually show you the
Are you going to share your screen and show just like basically where it is on the site?
So if you go to our new website here, if you were able to log in, you can log in directly through this top bar here, the Live Now. This bar opens at the time of the program, but you can also log in a few minutes early before programs by going directly to the program that's coming up. So if you go to Connect and then Thursday Gathering, you can see all of our upcoming programming. And it is my goal that by kind of the end of next week, we're looking at programming all the way out through August. So you'll be able to see Thursdays through the end of the summer and really make your plan for when you want to attend. But you can see we have our upcoming programming out here. If you're interested in promoting your own programming and sharing programming with us, you can click on the share button up top here, and you can click on any of these links here. So if you want to be a speaker at an upcoming session, whether it's you want to speak on your own or you want to bring in a panel of your own, you can click on that and it suggests what type of, or propose, suppose it says, what type of session you want to do. It's a really simple form, and it goes, like I said, directly to Tuni and I. And we've already actually had our first submission from somebody, and it's been fantastic. We're meeting with them later this week, and we hope to be able to secure their program for a future episode.
Bryant, I was thinking you guys might want to, if you have any ideas for programming that you might want to put together, you're welcome to submit.
Yeah, thank you, Tuni. I was just thinking the same thing. So I started talking to Chris about getting our acts together and putting something together. I would love that. That'd be great.
Awesome. Yeah.
And for the most part, we're looking at September and beyond. So do know that, there's not necessarily going to be times this summer, but if you're thinking, oh, I'd love to do something this fall, get us the information sooner rather than later, because we are planning out for September through December right now. And we'll soon be talking about January 2022, believe it or not.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll get with Chris. I'm meeting with him this afternoon anyway, so we'll talk about it. Thank you. That's great.
Awesome.
Really cool.
Ed, what's going on in the small business? Well, I know what's going on, but I'm Rhode Island's economic gardener. You're Rhode Island's small business doctor. So since I missed your workshop, do you have anything to share?
I talked about you.
Did you?
Oh.
Good, bad?
I thought about you. Was that good?
Yes. I was thinking about you, that I was missing it.
I love those glasses, by the way. They're great.
Thank you.
I don't think I've seen them. I don't think I've seen that pair before. Life is good here. I'm actually, as you know, I have a dual role, the small business doctor, also a professor at Bryant. And we have changed our learning management system at Bryant from Blackboard to Blackboard to Canvas. So I'm in the process of trying to get my courses for the fall into this new platform, which is quite entertaining. I say that with, well, put it in quotes.
What do they use at Brown, Diana? Do you know?
Canvas.
Yeah.
They use Canvas.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get there, but
It's not a bad system.
It's just a matter of change, right, Ed?
yeah, it's just taking everything that you've done, using the logic and intuition you've got, and trying to apply it in a new platform is always, well, you know, it's what it is. But
We're not
I'm
as fancy as you, but the small business and program relaunch that we run, I know
Mhm.
Jordan, it takes Jordan quite a while to, load Moodle every time we have a new cohort.
Mhm.
So it's just that time consuming, not much of a summer break for you, Ed.
No, there's no summer break really at all. But
Are you teaching any classes this summer?
I am not, fortunately. I'm grateful for that.
That's good.
I've got my hands full with this and with client work, so I'm happy that I'm not teaching any courses, which is a good thing.
What kind of clients, what kind of client work do you have right now? I'm super curious at this time where the federal government is now, sending all this money to the state and it's going to be filtered down to the municipalities.
Right.
you
People that are, actually, I'm working with clients, old clients that I worked with before, who are trying to reestablish themselves in this new environment. People that have remained open throughout the course of COVID, but have found themselves contemplating reinvention and just how do we take that forward. A lot of people talk about collaboration, which they hadn't done before, particularly solopreneurs who are realizing that they can remain solo, but kind of quasi-solo. One solo plus another makes a bigger enterprise than one alone. And so
That's how I always ran TS Consulting. I was solopreneur, but depending on each client project, I would partner with other experts specific to that client's needs.
And that's becoming more attractive to folks because those who did lose business during the course of COVID are eager to find other ways to make things happen. And so there is that openness to working with others like that, which is nice, but it's a transition, it's a challenge. So people need help there. So I've been working with that as well.
Cool. Well, glad to see you as always. Have any of you attended our Medtech Innovation forums that we've been holding monthly for what? Like you have, Diana, I know you have. Isn't it awesome? Jessica's so amazing. So how long have we been doing that, Ashley? 10 months? 9, 10 months? I think it's been.
I think you're asking me. Ashley's
Yes. Ashley and Amy, we have a lot of A's on our team. Allie, Ashley, and Amy.
Yeah, something like that. And we're really excited to host them, but it's gotten to the point where we're actually looking at hosting our last one. So there's kind of a bittersweet program today. And we're looking forward to sharing all of that fantastic knowledge with everyone.
What day is, because they're going to continue it and NEMIC is going to host it solo. So with Zymetica, what day of the week and what time?
I don't know.
Okay.
They'll have to tell us today because we haven't plotted that out yet. But
yeah. So today is the last day. We're until 1 o'clock virtually. Last week, well, not last week because we took last week off, but the week before, we really like that virtual 10:30 to 11:15 workshop, 11:15 to 11:30 startup story, and then this virtual networking. So many people, we've expanded our community, 1, and 2, not everyone can make the in-person every week. So Amy and I have talked a lot about keeping it in the virtual space too. And then if you can join us in person, that's great. It's just a bonus. So yeah, so next week we go back to the 10:30 to 12, and today's the last day. Will be 12. We have one more until 1, but it is the MedTech Forum, and it's great because you absolutely can turn off your video, have your lunch, and just watch the show. It's really good. So I don't know how she comes up with an hour's worth every month. It's pretty cool that she does that.
Yeah.
Blaze, are you a Zymetica?
I'm with the city of Providence.
Oh, that's right. That's why your name sounded familiar.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm great. So what's going on in the city of Providence?
Well, right now I'm leading the vaccination clinics and community outreach for COVID-19 vaccines. So that's sort of been what I've been very occupied with the past few months here. So working on setting up, things throughout the summer at different events to help still reach those parts of the population that need COVID-19 vaccines.
How's it going? I know the one neighborhood had a mobile clinic.
Yeah, so I work with one neighborhood a lot. We're doing actually a clinic with them on Monday. And so far things are pretty good. However, there are certain areas of Providence where they are not really on track to meet that sort of 70% goal for still a couple months, which is a little concerning with, the new Delta variant here in Rhode Island now. So, as from a health equity standpoint, there are definitely still some concerns in the months ahead, but we're working on it. The pop-up clinics have been going well. We had a great one the other day. So I'm optimistic still, but, got to keep at it.
So you must be working, I'm assuming, in those areas where you're not having, hitting the marks you're looking for.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
working with community partners and churches and things.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're, working with One Neighborhood Builders, West Elmwood Housing, some of the different churches in the areas as well. And like you said, and I'll go out on the streets, in a lot of the Spanish speaking areas, I'll speak Spanish, go to different little bodegas, markets and such, put up signs for, information about local clinics, that don't require health insurance, IDs, any kind of papers and such. So just trying to improve access, and then working also with some of those other organizations to provide information about safety, efficacy, importance of the vaccines, so they can hear it from people they know and that they trust, as opposed to just hearing it from the city of Providence or something.
It's hard. I have a friend who's an immigrant from Guatemala. Multiple family members are here, multiple family members are still in Guatemala, and they're so scared.
Yeah.
It's hard to convince him that they do need the vaccine.
Right. And it's challenging too when, at a statewide policy level, the data they use, such as state averages, don't always reflect, the public health situation in certain zip codes. So someone might hear, we don't need to wear masks anymore. That's based not necessarily on their local data. So it might be, wiser to still maybe use a mask or a few extra precautions when out in public. And so, some people though, they've just sort of stopped wearing masks. They feel it's safe, which, for most vaccinated people, that is perfectly safe to do. But if you're in an area with lower vaccination rates, you still might want to be a little wary, just with the new Delta variant and such too.
Well, keep us posted. I know Amy dropped an Eventbrite for a health equity vaccine clinic.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I love them. He's doing such a good job with that. And I never say the name right, but Astenis,
yeah.
Yes.
And Dr. Fernandez, he's a pretty impressive guy.
Wow, huh?
Yeah.
I'm one of the mentors, not this session, but in past sessions with the Design by RI Catalyst program.
For sure. Awesome.
He was in it 2 sessions ago before the pandemic.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I was just so impressed with him. And Aiden from NEMIC was his mentor, and they just got along so great. It was
very nice.
Neat to see that. Yeah, and what a service to the community. And what an amazing, selfless human being he is.
Definitely, and great that he grew up in Providence. He knows the community, and that makes a big difference as far as that element of trust and just understanding what certain community members might be facing right now.
Wow. Are you partnered with like the Met School or any of the schools to kind of promote it?
Yeah, we work closely with Brown School of Public Health. I'm always sending them different emails and such, and we get some through our relationship with Department of Health as well, some information and data analysis through them. So we're trying to talk with everyone everywhere about how to get everyone vaccinated.
It's hard. When Jordan and I were running the Rhode Island Small Business Tech Support Program last year, and we're hoping to expand it this year. Ed, right? We help them refresh, rethink, and reimagine their businesses. But we were just trying to reach these community, everyone, and we were going all different ways. It's just the outreach strategy is it's like a spider web. Yeah. So, well, keep us posted if we can continue to help you in any way.
Sure, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. Great to see you. Great to meet you.
You
And
too.
come join us anytime, 4 to 6 in person, or work
Sure.
out if you need to work out of our public lounges are there Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 too.
Yeah,
Right
I
around the
definitely
corner.
would be happy to stop by.
Awesome.
Blaze is also an entrepreneur. He'll have to tell us about it at another time, but he's got
Yeah.
his own startup that he's working
Oh.
on. So we'll have
Does it
to.
have anything to do with the work you're doing for the city?
Not particularly, but it is sort of health related, as well. I'm working on launching a food business in the UK that sort of helps build capacity for ideally smallholder farmers and help them address sort of climate change concerns and receive fair prices for their goods. So it's definitely still in the development phase, but it's an exciting thing to be doing on the side too.
Have you heard of RIHub and the mentoring program within RIHub VMS?
I'm not sure I have.
You should check it out. RIHub.org, and then in the tab look for mentoring, I think it is, and click on that. It's a great program that we brought here in the beginning. Oh, Amy just dropped the RIHub.org link there, but
Awesome.
check it out. It's free, confidential mentoring, and you get 3 mentors, and we volunteer. We meet monthly and get presented with new ventures that apply and have gone through the onboarding, and it's really great. We have 75 mentors.
Wow.
And yeah.
Sounds
just
like a
remind
resource
me-
to use.
Yeah, your idea reminds me a bit of a couple of the team or a couple of the ventures I'm on their team.
Yeah, I mean, food and sustainability and all that stuff, it's very a hot item right now, for sure.
I was just talking to my 26-year-old son about food independence, food security.
Sure.
And, just I had a Salve capstone, part of their capstone class. So they do business plans, and you can pitch them some business plans, like you can pitch them existing
Very nice.
businesses. And I had them work on one, like these greenhouse kits that you can buy. Say Ed wants to have a greenhouse in his backyard, and he's pretty handy, so he buys the kit and he can build, set it up himself. And then there are the materials, the seeds, and all that stuff. But it also kind of can create a cottage industry, so it's like a circular economy too, where you can hire local contractors to help set it up. You can hire local gardeners to help you maintain it. If you're a busy family, you want it, but realistically you're not going to have a green thumb, kind of thing. So I know Amy's given me and Jessica just arrived. So great chatting with you all. Small group, but that's okay. I'm all about quality over quantity. And looking forward to seeing some of you at 4 o'clock at our district hall for our in-person Venture Cafe Thursday gathering.